Hello and welcome to the 11th episode of the But I'm Knitting podcast. My name is Ramona. I'm a knitter and crafter from the Toronto area, and welcome to my corner of the crafting world. So this week I only pulled out the projects that I actually really worked on this week, and there's quite a bit I did not work on. So I guess I'll go on with the first thing the first thing I started working on this week. So last week I showed my Castile socks, which I finished. I put those in that's what I forgot. I was planning on showing my box of socks so far. One moment, let me go get it. Okay, so here I am with my box of socks. This is the same box I used last year. So first of all, I just love this shoe box. It looks like a giant gift bag, but it's really a box. I got it from a store that was closing down. So see, it opens up lovely like this. Yay! So last week I showed you my Castile socks, which of course have ended up inside the box. My plan for the week was to work on my Strangling Vine socks by Karen Burr. That was my plan, and then I ended up not doing it. I ended up casting on another test project for a designer. Her name, hold on, I had it all set up. Her name is Helen Kennedy, and she is the shawl that I'm doing is called the Behind the Scenes shawl. So she said it was okay to show, so I'm just going to show you what it looks like so far. If you can I get it? Yeah, so that's what it will look like when I'm finished. So I got a bit of time before I have to finish it, but I started it, let's see, Thursday I recorded and uploaded, like early Tuesday morning. Tuesday I signed up, I think, and I got my signed up on Monday night or something like that. I got my response, and I was getting ready to go, and I was going to buy my knitting needles, and then I had to wait in order to be able to get the knitting needles. Either way, I cast it on last week Wednesday. So first, let's go through the yarn that I'm using. It's a 2-color shawl project. So I am using the yarn I dyed myself. This one, I'm calling it Just Peachy. And the other color that I'm using for the contrast is the Solivar. This is the one with the brown bits in it. So far, this is it. Hold on. This is the shawl so far. I think I did a pretty good amount of progress in 1 week. Or was that from the wrong side? No, that's the wrong side. Sorry. This is the right side for you guys. Not like you can really tell otherwise because it pretty much is all garter stitch. But yeah, so this is the shawl so far. I only have a stitch marker on here to show me at the beginning which side was the front, so I'm using one of the ones that I made. You can see that right there. Yeah, that's the one I'm using just so I knew which one was the front and which one was the back. I'm liking the way this is turning out so far. There's a new technique. I don't know if you could hear that, but my computer is making noises. I think it's stopped for now. It has a few techniques that are new to me, like I actually had to Google how to do them, but they're not hard. It's just I've never had to do them in any project I was doing before. So it's going quite well. I think I have until halfway through July to finish it. And considering I've done this in a week, I think I can get that done quite easily. So hold on, let me put these away. Oh yeah, and some of my yarns actually have colorway names now, just for the fun of it. So that one's in. While I was working on that, I felt like I needed another pair of socks that was kind of a palette cleanser, because I only had the Strangling Vine socks left on the needles, and that requires charts and actually paying attention to it. So I decided to finally, I'm going to work on the gilded socks. The yarn is from the Cozy Knitter, and the colorway is called Gild. It's an exclusive colorway for the Toronto Knitters Guild the last meeting I went to, she was vending it there. So this is how it's looking so far. It's coming up quite nicely. I also needed to, in a sense, test to see how much it would take for the how much yarn it would take for the cuff, heels, and toes, because I'm doing them one at a time, but I have, of course, a limited supply. She gives 30 grams of yarn for a contrasting color. So apparently it only takes me like a couple of grams of yarn, which is quite surprising for me, and this is like 15 rows for the cuff. I am not doing a pattern, I'm just doing it vanilla. The original plan was to do one of the socks from Mina's New York sock collection, and then I didn't bring it with me when I reached to the leg, and I didn't think, oh, let me just open up my iPad and just look at it. So I just decided I'm just going to do vanilla, and I'll save that, and I'll save one of the socks from the New York collection and do that later on. Probably maybe the socks from my aunt and the socks from my cousin. I will do it with one of those. So that's pretty much it for my works in progress for this week. I will show you my new acquisitions. So I showed you before that I had to go to the store to work on the shawl. I had to go to the store to get needles, much to my dismay, because I could not find the 2 needle sizes I needed. I have no idea where they went to, so I had to go to the store. So these are just the packaging for one of them and the needles for the other, because one of them is already on the project. So I got a US 3 and a US 5 this week. I went to Knit-O-Matic, and that's exactly what I went down to the area to go. I went to Subway, got myself a sub, and then I went to Knit-O-Matic around the corner and got myself knitting needles. I actually like using bamboo for stuff like if I can't get my higher sharps or my higher sharps or my no, hold on. No, it's Xiaogu. It's only Xiaogu metal needles I have that are like I have in that size, but I could not find them. I could have sworn I owned them, but I could not find them, so I had to go out and make do. But this works well for what I needed to do. And one of the things I was waiting for in the mail came this week. These are stitch markers from Knitter's Nook on Etsy, and these are in celebration of Canada Day. So hold on, let me take them out of the package. I'd say sorry for the rustling. I'm not even certain if you can hear it, but so first I'll show you this. There it is. So it's Uli from Knitter's Nook, and she makes wonderful chainmail stitch markers, which I've talked about her before. And the reason why I saw these ones on Instagram, and I didn't even wait to see any more details, I just went straight to her Etsy shop and bought them because they are Canadian, just for Canada Day coming up. So I was very excited and happy to get that. It came in the mail probably about a day or two after, probably the next morning after I put up my episode. So I was very happy to see that. Also, on Monday evening, I put in an order for dye stock with a company that I've dealt with before called Acme Fibers. They were one of the first places I got undyed yarn from. They're actually based out in, I think, Fort Erie, Ontario. And I was shocked when I got home on Wednesday after work, and it was just sitting right there on my table. Couldn't believe it had already reached. So, what I got one of the basic things that I was really running low on. So this one is jet black, a big 8-ounce container for that. And then I got some other smaller ones to try out the colors for. Hold on, let me take them out, because they come in a easy to use box. So in order to get a true brown, this one is 635 brown. I don't know if you can see that properly. So I'm going to try that one out. And then I got 2 shades of pink. I don't know which one I'll like more, but I'm going to try them both. So this one is 620 Hot Fuchsia. I don't know if you can even get to see the details of that, and the last one is 608 Pink. I'm pretty much going mostly for, I guess, what you would consider basic colors, the ones that are not as easy to mix. And right now, for me, making brown I can't do it properly. Making pink, that worked out when I was trying to make brown. So we'll see how well that works. I guess as time goes on, I'll slowly add up, and once I find the colors that I really like, which I do know most of them, but some of them I'm still kind of iffy on, I'll buy the 8-ounce one, so I don't have to continually just use small ones and worry about running out very, very quickly. So let's see, what else can I talk about for today? Well, I brought up my box of socks, so I guess I can show you the socks that I've done for this year, because I realized I didn't actually do that. I started these back in last year when Bull and Vine, Kristen from Bull and Vine decided to do the box of socks for 2016. I said I was going to participate, and I had never actually managed to knit 12 pairs of socks in a year, and I did it last year, and I was very proud of myself. I actually knit more than 12 pairs of socks. I know I had 12 for me. Yeah, I had 12 for me that I had done, but then I had knit socks for other people as well. So this year, I will just open up my drawer and just show what I've done for the year. Okay, so my first pair of socks I did. I don't even know if I gave half of these a name. I didn't bring my sock blocker with me. Oh well. So these ones. This one was a Hawthorne yarn. What color was this one? Williamette? No, this wasn't Williamette. I'm not sure. This is from the 12 pack that I got from Knit Picks at the last year. I got it like at the end of last year. They have a kit. They had like a kit type of thing. It came in a nice cedar box and 12 skeins of yarn. That's one. That was just a plain vanilla. And this one is a Circe Socks by Cookie A. I had done these as a part of her sock club back in 2013, and I liked them so much that I said, let me knit them again. So it's a beautiful design on it. And then like on the foot itself, hold on, flatten it out so you can see the foot. It swirls down basically from the side going all the way down, and the other sock mirrors it. So hold on, let me show you how it mirrors, because that's pretty too. See? I love these socks. I'm probably still not going to wear these until next year, because that's what I did with my collection from 2016, is I did not wear any of them until 2017. Okay, put this away. The next socks I did was the Hermione Everyday socks. I haven't even woven in ends for half of these socks. So, this is another Knit Picks one from the Hawthorne line. So, simple design. And then the back. And the second foot, same. I think by this I started to realize, no, from my first ones I showed you, I started to realize that the stitch count was too big for this yarn. So my future ones, the next one was the ones you've seen them before. It was the pearls. It was the ones that was on the pearl, and it was the revamp of the Rye socks. I learned I don't need them to be as big on that yarn base, so that was 3 that I showed you, and then you've definitely seen 4, 5, and 6. So pair 4, you've seen. 5, you've seen these two. Still haven't woven in any ends because I don't like weaving in ends, and if I can get away with it, I will tuck them into my sock and just leave it at that and not care. The only time they definitely get woven in is when they're going to someone else. And then the last one you guys saw last week was these ones. Okay. So those are all of my socks so far for the box of socks. I guess, you know what, I don't know if maybe every 3 months or so, or I don't know, I guess as I add up, every once in a while I'll take out the box and show you how far I've progressed so far. So far I'm up to 6. I have pair number 7 and 8 on the needles, and then I got, I don't know how long it's going to take me to catch up with the rest of them, but we'll try. So that's pretty much it for knitting. Put those back. Let's see. So I guess it's on to, well, once I put the socks away, what's going on in my regular life, so to speak. Well, I can't really say I was pleasantly surprised because I knew she was coming. One of my old friends, we grew up together, but she lives down in the States right now. She came up this week. She came up last week to see her cousin's graduation, and I was so happy to see her. And that was my friend Marcy. I don't even know if she would watch this, but hi Marcy. She's actually going back, probably at the time of recording this, she's already heading back home. But it was really nice to see her, and I was happy to see her. What else happened to me this weekend? I practiced singing with my sister. It's going along pretty good. My dad's getting even better on that piano for that song. So we perform next week Saturday night. Um, so I'm looking forward to seeing how well that goes. I'm pretty certain it will be just fine. Because the thing is, what I find interesting is listening to my sister, I can hear the talent that she has, but she's kind of, I don't know if it's, I don't really think it's due to shyness really, or just maybe not complete interest because she's a kid. But like she needs to sing out more because she kind of sings with her head down, and when you do that, your voice pretty much just goes right down to your shirt, which doesn't really help when you're trying to project it out to other people. So, and there's that. But she's doing better because I could hear her a lot better this week. Let's see. I went to a birthday party. One of our family friends, she had her big party, and it turned out really well. Got to see a lot of people I haven't seen in a while, and I pretty much enjoyed myself. And considering I usually don't really do that much at a party, I don't really, well, this time I actually got to sit with people. I talked. I didn't pull out knitting once, which is quite surprising. Like, I think I pulled it out only to realize that I had forgotten some stuff at home. Not at home. Like, I forgot my glasses at church when I was leaving. I misplaced them. I thought I had left them on the lunch table, but apparently when my stepmother was giving me something to try on, I put them in the bathroom where I was changing my clothes and kind of left them sitting on there. But they were found and they were put aside for me, and I was able to get them on Sunday. But also on that same day, I lost my bullet journal. I'm pretty much convinced that it is at church, but I have no clue where at church because I definitely pulled it out during the day on Saturday, and then I went looking for it on Saturday night, and I could not find it. So I said, okay, well, I'm going back there on Sunday. Hopefully, it will still be there. I got no clue where it is. I'm pretty certain that. Oh, I can't even say I'm pretty certain. I hope I can find it, but the next time I'm there, I really do. Um, because I didn't realize how much I really use it until I don't have it. It's forcing me to remember to do things like constantly go online to check my work schedule just to make sure that I'm actually going to show up when I'm supposed to. Um, if I don't get it back by the end of this week, I got other notebooks I can use as a bullet journal, and that means I got to start it all over again, much to my dismay. The only thing that's in there's only a couple things in there that are irreplaceable. Some of them are my notes on my on dyeing a few skeins. I think I remember some of them off the top of my head, so I'm not too worried about that. But I have other things in there like tickets to a concert. Yeah, that's coming up in July, so I'm hoping I find that. And a stencil that I had gotten from my workplace that I really like, but they have the stencils there now, so if I need to, I can really just rebuy it. I just don't want to if I don't have to. So that was pretty much it. Um, I'm not actually going to go to knitting circle tonight due to going to a graduation. Yeah, I'm going to a graduation party tonight. Not my graduation party, but somebody else's graduation party. And it's an opportunity, especially for my mom, to see people that she hasn't seen for a long time, like from back home in Jamaica and that kind of stuff. So I'm my mother's, what do you call her, a wing woman? Not really, because she's not looking for a date or anything like that. But, somebody to drive with her and all that kind of stuff. So there's that. Um, I think that's pretty much going to be it for tonight. For today. It's not even nighttime, it's the middle of the day. So I'm going to save this file, record this file. I already recorded it. I'm going to save the file, upload it, and then I will talk to you next week, alright? Bye.